Hello everyone, welcome back to Art Therapy with Mindsoul Meditations. Before we get started, let's take a moment to take a deep breath and let it out slowly. And another one. Hey there, lovely ladies. Let's chat about something that's as essential as your favorite pair of comfy pants. Self-acceptance. You know, that magical moment when you look in the mirror and think, hey, I'm actually pretty awesome. Now, I know what you're thinking. Easier said than done, right? Imagine you're sitting there, maybe in your PJs. No judgment here. And you've got this amazing AI art generator at your fingertips. Art therapy with AI is like giving your brain a spa day. It helps you express those feelings that are playing hide and seek in your subconscious. Self-acceptance is truly fundamental to our mental health and overall well-being. When we learn to accept ourselves, flaws and all, we open the door to genuine happiness and inner peace. Self-acceptance allows us to break free from the exhausting cycle of self-criticism and comparison that often holds us back. It's the foundation upon which we build resilience, enabling us to bounce back from life's inevitable setbacks. Moreover, when we accept ourselves, we're better equipped to form authentic relationships, set healthy boundaries, and pursue our goals without the paralyzing fear of failure. Self-acceptance isn't about ignoring areas for growth. Rather, it's about acknowledging our whole selves with compassion and understanding. It's a powerful act of self-love that can transform not just how we see ourselves, but how we interact with the world around us. And the benefits? Oh boy, where do I start? It's like yoga for your emotions. You'll be more flexible in how you see yourself. You might find yourself strutting down the street with newfound confidence or finally telling that inner critic to take a hike. Plus, it's a great excuse to procrastinate on doing laundry. I mean, who can do chores when they're busy creating art, right? Now let's talk about some artsy ideas that demonstrate self-acceptance. Imagine your majestic spirit animal, but it's made up of mismatched patches, like that quirky quilt your grandma made. It's a strong symbol with each patch representing your negative self-talk. Picture a whimsical garden where flowers represent your so-called flaws. That nose you always thought was too big? It's the most beautiful rose in the garden. Create a magical bottle filled with swirling, glowing liquids. Each color represents a different aspect of yourself that you're learning to love. Visualize musical notes dancing across the canvas, but some are delightfully off-key or doing their own thing. It's a beautiful mess, just like life. Imagine an ornate mirror, but instead of a reflection, it shows a vibrant landscape representing your inner world. Mountains of strength, rivers of emotions, forests of dreams, all uniquely yours. Remember, ladies, in this art journey, there are no mistakes, only happy little accidents, as Bob Ross would say. So are you ready to create your journey to self-acceptance? Our special guest today is Vishay. Her artwork she has submitted for today was not what I expected, but it was absolutely stunning. I think you will appreciate her artistry and innovation and love her piece as much as I do. Vishay is a talented artist who embarked on her artistic journey in 2011 after exploring various fields of study and employment. She holds a bachelor's degree in Islamic art, specializing in Persian painting, and a master's degree in art research. Her academic pursuits are complemented by courses in contemporary art, interior design, 3D Max, and animation. Vishay's diverse artistic practice includes Persian painting, photography, needlework, interactive installations, video, performance, and short film. She has conducted extensive research in arts and humanities, publishing articles and translating 2 books. Her work has been showcased in several solo and group exhibitions worldwide and featured in numerous international film and video festivals. In 2021, Vishay ventured into the world of NFTs and remains active in the Web 3.0 space. Let's hear from Vishay and what she would like to share about self-acceptance.
The path of self-acceptance is a difficult one for a person who felt unwanted and unwelcome. This person has experienced loss, abandonment, and loneliness since childhood. To compensate for these feelings, She sought approval from society, becoming the top student in school. However, in university she turned into a rebel who hated study and sought financial independence. Quick career success was her next pursuit, but at some point she questioned, who am I? How have I hidden the wounds behind my outward beauty and social success? This time, when all her friends left the country, she decided to come back to herself. In late 2010 to early 2011, everything changed. She resigned from a high-level position, started filming her daily life to see herself anew, and look refugee in deep loneliness without any social communication. Creation became her means of self-exploration. Obsessions, phobias, pains, and all kinds of feelings surfaced from the depths, beginning an endless journey. On this path, she did not hesitate to experiment with different styles and media. She was not searching for a personal signature, but for herself. And she remains on a journey that reveals new perspective every day. Garbage Bag is an example of her inner challenge. The description of this video performance states, sometimes you treat yourself as garbage for the self-punishment of guilt you may have never done. Sometimes you wrap up your soul and stay away from the crowds. Sometimes you tear down boundaries and breathe. Look at the reflection of your true self, which always floats between instincts and morality. You can never be more than an observer of this endless play between the ego and superego. After all these experiences, although the feeling of being unwelcome has not disappeared and the wounds are still there, she has accepted herself not as a victim, but as a figure shaped by life. This path is to be continued.
So before we create our art for self-acceptance, I'd like to take a minute to do a brief visualization so that we can direct our mind and be in the right place to visualize what we want to create. So I want you to find a comfortable space and take a deep breath. Imagine you're sitting beside a still mountain lake at dawn. The water is so clear, so peaceful, it reflects like a perfect mirror. As the first light touches the surface, I want you to lean forward gently to see your reflection. Notice how the water accepts everything it reflects: the bright sky, passing clouds, dancing leaves, and you, without judgment, without trying to change anything, just as you are. Feel the morning air, cool and fresh against your skin, and with each breath, notice how your body naturally knows what to do. Your lungs fill and empty, your heart beats its steady rhythm, your cells dance their ancient dance, all without you having to direct them. Your body has been carrying you through life exactly as it should. Now imagine gathering all the parts of yourself you've tried to hide away, the mistakes that taught you wisdom, the wounds that showed you how to heal, the quirks that make you uniquely you. See them as colored leaves floating on the lake's surface. Watch how the water holds them all, embraces them all, and makes them all part of its beauty. Feel the warmth of the rising sun on your face, and let it remind you that just as the sun doesn't question whether it should shine, you don't need to question your right to be exactly who you are. Whisper to yourself, I accept my strength and my softness, my light and my shadow, my certainty and my doubt. All of me has a place. All of me has a purpose. And all of me is welcome here. Take a moment to place a hand over your heart. Feel its steady beat beneath your palm. This is you, complex, ever-changing, perfectly imperfect. Just as the lake accepts all seasons, you can accept all seasons of yourself. You are not a problem to be fixed. You are not a project to be completed. You are a human being, unfolding in your own time, in your own way, and that is absolutely enough. Breathe in acceptance. Breathe out judgment. You are whole, just as you are. Take this feeling with you as you slowly open your eyes. And remember, the lake is always there within you, ready to reflect your truth with perfect acceptance. Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to do things a little bit differently. So Midjourney has now developed a web-based platform, and I've been waiting until it opened up for everybody to be able to use it before switching into this platform and showing some of the features and how we can use it. So right now I'm on the main page after having logged in. You will need to still have a membership. If you have a Discord account already, you can connect using your Discord. So the first page that we come into allows us to explore some of the creations that other people have made, which is really great if you're looking for ideas for prompts. You can take a look at what other people are prompting, different styles, and look at how you can use these in your own prompts as inspiration. So our second tab is Create. Now you can create right from the top bar where it says, what will you imagine? And we would be able to start from there. So some features I'm quickly going to go and point out is in the past we've talked about using style references and different features. So we have different ways of doing this here. So for example, if I want to reference other images, I can click on the image box. You can see here some of the images I've made in previous episodes that I have used as references. So I can take these and I can attach them into my image as a reference. In the little slider icon bar here, we have adjustments for our prompt settings. So here I can preset my default image size. I can adjust the aesthetics and change the stylization amount. So this is a --S. So here I have a sliding bar instead. My weird, I can change that in the weirdness scale, and variety, formerly known as chaos, can also be adjusted in the sliding scale. Below we have the different models, so I can go into a standard model or raw. As you know, I prefer to work in raw, but we can switch between the two at any time. We have different versions that we can work with, so we can choose between version 6.1 down to Niji 6. We can put personalization on or off. Now I haven't talked about personalization yet, but I'll get to that in a moment. And you can set what speed you're working at, if you're using fast hours or if you're working in relax mode. Or if you have a higher scale plan, you can also go to turbo. So here you can set all of your basic presets. So we also have a search feature if you're looking for something specific. So in Create, this is where we can see all of the art that we've created, and you can see this is going to be for today's prompt. I've run a few tests, so I can see my images, I can see my prompt, I can see the settings. If I click in on a specific one, I can get additional information. From here, I can do my very subtle, I can upscale, I can rerun, and now we have a new feature called Editor. Editor allows me to do a number of things. I can erase and repaint, you can restore it and undo, you can adjust your brush size, you can adjust the scale. So this is your previously known as zoom. So here you have a lot more control on your zoom. You can reframe. So by reframe, I mean I can take this picture and switch it to a 1 of 1, switch it to 16 by 19, 9 by 16, and when I submit, it'll fill in the difference. You can still edit the prompt if you want to put something different in the outer edges of the frame, or you can just let it complete the picture as is and submit. And we also have down below use, image, style, and prompt. So if you want to reuse a prompt, I can just click prompt. It's going to pop it up in the top. If I want to reference this image, I can push image and it's going to attach the image. And here's a great thing is I can actually just scroll through and find another image I want to attach and click image and it pops on and attaches it. I can scroll down some more. Let's say I want to use this style. I can attach the style and you'll notice it has different icons. So we have the picture for the image, paperclip for the style, and there's one additional one that's there. Just scroll up. Say I want to add this one. I'm going to add it as an image and I'm going to switch it by mousing over and clicking on the person, and that's your character reference. So now I have 2 images, a style and a character reference, and it's so easy to attach images that you've done in the past and build them in on your prompt. We're still doing the same thing for style reference where we do --sref and add the numerical value that we want. So these are some of the things that we can do. You can also see right from the thumbnails, I can do very subtle or very strong. So this is my Create tab. Now I can go to Organize, and Organize allows me to see my work at a smaller scale, or you can actually adjust how big they appear. I have a number of filters if I'm looking for something specific. So if I only want square art, I can filter out and just see my recent square art. If I want to see just a specific version, try version 5. So here we have version 5. If I just want to see my upscales, anything I've hidden. If I have specific images that I like and I want to come back to them later, when I'm on an image, so for example here, I can put a little like on it and use my liked filter to find some of my liked images. So that's our filters. We also have the ability to create folders. So you can create a folder and you can sort specific artwork that you want to come back to or that's important, and you can add those to your folder. So when we create a folder, we have the ability of naming it. You'll typically want to create a smart folder, but not necessarily. So what's great with the smart folder is I can put in a keyword, for example, neon, and all artwork where I've used the keyword neon will automatically populate into that folder. So you'll be able to explore that a little bit more at your convenience. So to personalize, you first need to go and rate some images. So in the new platform here, we have tasks. And under tasks, you can rank image aesthetics. So what this does is it allows you to go through a number of different images. You just vote for what you like, and it creates a sort of model of your preferences based on the images that you've gone through. And then those preferences, you can apply that as a specific style in your images. So As you rank more, the code for the style will change, but you can always go back and use an older one at any time. So doing this, if you do a good volume of images in a day, at the end of the day, you'll be rewarded fast hours. So it's a great way if you don't have fast hours or you run out of fast hours, you can actually pick up an extra hour per day by just ranking images. So once you have done that though, you get the ability to add a new feature. So let's say I want to take my prompt. I can add --p and it'll fill it in. And I can do that right now on either version 6.1 or Niji because I've done it on both. So when I do that, you'll see here on the right, it's added a personalization code. So that's my personalization on version 6.1. And the images should have a slightly different look than the generic ones that I ran that have a particular style to them. So you can see the distinct difference in the two styles. Now I do see some similarity, but it's not adhering quite as specifically to my original prompt and has a little bit of a different look to it. So the same can be done with Niji. Switch this to Niji 6. And I'll add my --p. So now I've switched to Niji and you see I have a different code because Niji is in its own class. And so here I have some results for Niji. And we'll do it one more time with Niji without the personalization code. And here we can see the difference. There's a slight difference in how the prompt appears in terms of its styling and overall aesthetic. So today's theme is self-acceptance. And what I wanted to do for our prompt today was to take a look at beautifying our most hated qualities, our most hated physical features, and embrace who we are. So one of the ways that we can do that is we can amplify, like a caricature, those elements of ourselves that we don't like, put that into art and make it beautiful. So I have one here that I've been working on, as you can see, where I took weight. So anybody who's feeling particularly self-deprecating about their weight might want to take this as their prompt. So here we can see we're taking somebody who is large and we're making them beautiful. We're putting them in a fashion photography type setting and embracing the beauty of who these women are. So I'm going to take my prompt and I'm actually going to modify it. I'm going to go with large ears, and then you can decide whether you want your body to be slim, plump, aging, whichever prompt you choose. I'll leave it in Niji for now, and let's try that out. Niji has become really good at doing photography style images, and I've actually been finding that a lot of them are quite classy. So that's why I'm going to work with Niji for today. It's preference. You can go into anything that you prefer. So we've got some pretty comical images coming up. When you're in the Create tab, you'll often see the percentage calculating through. So let's see what we've got. And you can still blow these up a little bit. So these are coming out very mouse-like, but I can scroll and I get very artistic representations. Now she still has ears, and then she has other ears. And this one too also has two sets of ears. This one seems to have ears inside of ears. So I think I would probably choose this one of them all, but we can also rerun it and we'll make another one. So by clicking on prompt, it brings my prompt back up. Why don't we give this a try? I'm just going to erase Niji. We'll try it in version 6.1 at the same time. So if I close this, I can see my other images are coming up. So not all of them are working for me. Again, we've got ears and ears. Ears inside of ears. So I'm going to see if I can actually fix this one here, and we're going to use the editor, and I'm going to use the erase feature. I'm actually just going to erase those ears. Try submitting and see if we get that corrected. So Dr. Niji, let's see, version 6.1, that's more ears on the head, ears on the head, ears on the head. We don't really have what I'm looking for. So on this one here, we got one where the ears actually seem to have erased. So we've just got these tremendously large ears. So by making a little bit of fun and turning it into something that's beautiful, we can try to find some humor in what we think our flaws are and try to see some beauty in what it is that we perceive to be wrong about ourselves. So your goal in creating the art today is really about finding beauty in imperfection. Sometimes when we zoom in on our so-called flaws, we actually find something pretty amazing. As we exaggerate these features in our work, those bold choices can be straight up beautiful. It's a reminder that what we see as imperfections are just part of our unique story. Next time you're getting down about something, try to see it through this lens of appreciation and humor. There's beauty in every curve, bump, and quirk. It's just waiting for us to notice and appreciate it. Until next time, keep embracing your awesome, perfectly imperfect self. Today's affirmation is, I embrace my flaws and imperfections with compassion. Thank you for joining me for another day of art therapy. I hope you enjoyed the session, and I hope you had a chance to create some really amazing art. Make sure to join me again tomorrow, and I really look forward to seeing you there.